I'll be glad when you get bigger so your father won't beat me anymore.
Well, Tessa tells me that you are in line to become the new pastor once the current one retires next year.
God is so good. So you wanted to see me. I told Tessa
What do you know about my mother and her husband?
Tessa told me what happened. Such an evil man. People like him make me know there really is a devil.
By the way, how is Tessa?
Fine, she's doing well.
She's doing well?
Sure. What does this...
Is God a hypocrite?
Wow. That's a difference.
Do you believe that my mother's husband is burning in hell?
Of course. If anybody deserves hell, it would be him.
Then why would you assert that he is burning in hell when you believe you will go to heaven when you die?
I don't understand.
You do not understand?
No, I
Yes, you do. So, if my mother's husband is burning in hell, and yet you go to heaven when you die, is there not evidence of a double standard? Is that not hypocritical?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Do not dismiss my intelligence. I was once a coward, but I was never stupid. Tessa is my mother's granddaughter. My mother's.
I know.
Good. Then all is forgiven.
Look,
That's right, honey. Fight it. Fight it. Like that.
As much as I disagree with God about a number of things, I'm inclined to believe that on this particular issue, we would agree. Namely, if there is a heaven and you end up there, then God is definitely a hypocrite. And heaven is a toilet that must be flushed.
So, boss, what you want me to do with this slimy piece of shit?
Get it off my sofa.
Richmond, I've been calling.
I will call 911. Call 911.
What the hell's going on here? Oh, God. Please
This is Richmond Carls. There's a dead man in my home.
dead man. How do you know he's dead?
My address is 3792 Tillman.
Were you just sitting there?
It all happened so quickly. I was frightened. I froze. I am sorry.
Who's that man?
I do not know.
What the fuck's wrong with you? You're just sitting there.
Am I upside down in a world that is right side up? Or am I right side up in a world that's upside down?
Of course.
You are talking to your niece's husband. Suddenly, a man you never saw before rushes into the room and starts to strangle him.
I do not like to repeat myself.
You said he was between 5'2" and 5'11". What about weight? Skin color? Anything else you can remember? After all, it takes 2 to 3 minutes to strangle someone to death. So, you must have seen more than just how tall he was.
The only other thing I can recall is the shock and terror I felt. Now I understand why eyewitness testimony is often quite unreliable, even wrong.
Richmond. Don't you want the man who killed my husband?
Of course I want justice. Without justice, people can be abused, beaten, possibly killed.
You know more than you're telling us. Either you were in on it or you're afraid to talk. And you don't look like the type that's afraid to talk.
I absolutely know more than what I am telling you. But about this matter, I have told you all that I know.
Being a smartass will get you a quick trip to our office.
There was no sign of forced entry. Any comment? Can you explain that?
I must have forgotten to lock the door. It is becoming a bad habit. Given this terrible event, however, I will be more security conscious. Just think, had I just locked the door, he might still be alive.
You must think we're fucking idiots. You want us to believe someone barges into your house, strangles a man in front of you, and you do nothing, and you know nothing, and you had nothing to do with it.
Which is what I told you 20 minutes ago.
For someone who just had a stranger come into his house and strangle his niece's husband right in front of him, you seem pretty nonchalant.
I may project an air of nonchalance, but inside I am horrified.
You don't sound horrified.
Your associate does not sound intelligent, yet I suspect he would tell people that he is.
You had something to do with this. I know it. In all my years of doing this type of work, it's the smartass that's always guilty. Too smart for their own good.
Tessa, if the man who found or murdered your husband is never found, it will be because of the dumbass, not the smartass.
Hey!
I ever tell you why I watch television with the sound off? It forces me to concentrate on what the characters do, not on what they say. You judge my grandson based on his actions rather than his sermons. Now all is right with the world. The universe is back in balance. So wipe that guilt off your damn face.
Not guilt. Uncertainty.
About what?
What if he comes back to kill you too? Have you thought about that?
One would incorrectly conclude that your question implies concern for my safety. Please, do not think I am common.
I thought people like you all had Rembrandts and Picassos on their walls. This a picture of your mother? I see her name is almost the same as yours. She must have wanted a girl real bad. She raised you like the little girl that she wanted? You a mama's boy? She's still alive?
Yes. That's his mother. My grandmother. She died when he was 12 years old. And after she died, he changed his name from Richmond Carls to Richmond Mary Alice Carls. What's your problem? Why aren't you answering any other question?
Tessa, that human being asked me about my name and my mother. Do you believe, even for an instant, that he cares about the first person I ever loved and the first person to ever love me?
We need you to come with us.
Au contraire, vous petit homme décime Paris. That is not what you need. Unless you're going to arrest me, I do not have to do anything. What you need is to leave your contact information with my attorneys. I have cooperated, despite your insults, your innuendos, and asking me the same questions repeatedly.
Hey, what the fuck is your problem? Every time I ask you a question, you turn and talk to my partner. You got a problem because I'm white?
Or is it because you're a man? You decide.
What's wrong with you? I don't believe it.
Tessa, dear, would you please show these two human beings out? Or should I say Detective Elise Morgan and Detective Tom Van Horn?
You will be hearing from us.
I don't understand you. Someone murdered my husband. Don't you even care?
Do I care? Some would say I care much more than I should.
Don't leave town. I don't care if you are the Richmond Carls.
I know you did it. You murdered my husband in cold blood. Don't deny it. You did it. What I want to know is why. Why? Answer my damn question. Why?
When I was 12, my mother once told me that she would be glad when I got bigger.
Already know the story of how she died. Is that your answer? Is that why?
One day, you will thank me for doing what your son had wished I had done as he weeps over your dead, battered body. One day, you will thank me for sparing him the grief and regret I know all too well. After all, you do love your son, don't you? Tessa, I would bet all my money that you never fought back when he beat you. Not even a slap. Yet you just slapped someone who saved your life.
Fuck you. Fuck you, you son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch? You're calling my mother, your grandmother, a bitch? Battered face, broken ribs. My question to you is, why are you not relieved?
Hurry up and die. How could you do something like that? Who are you to interfere in my damn life? You want to save somebody? Why didn't you save your own mother? I don't want anything to do with you.
If you see me lying in the alley with blistering boils and sores begging for help, I'd rather you piss on me than lift one finger to help.
From this moment on, you don't exist to me. I don't need your protection. You're as dead to me as your mother, who you didn't even protect.
Tessa condemns me. She disdains me.
And you give a damn about that?
I cannot flitter around saving everybody.
Do you love everybody? You don't have to save everybody.
Do I really have the right to interfere?
If not the right, the responsibility.
I mean, some people, not all, need to solve their own problems. Otherwise, they will not grow. And with regard to me, Shakespeare said, "Lawless are they who make their will their law."
And Moses kills an Egyptian who was beating a fellow Hebrew.
Well, that clarifies matters. I don't know where good ends and bad begins, or where bad ends and good begins. This Shakespeare, Moses.
Shakespeare, Moses. Fuck them both. What about what happened to your mother?
That was different.
Everything is different. Nothing is different.
What is that supposed to mean?
Sometimes a person can pick herself up, and sometimes she can't. You need to be able to tell the difference.
But how do I know to what extent I should interfere? I appreciate you asking my permission to marry my mother's granddaughter. You are educated. You are adequately employed. And apparently my niece loves you. So, Harrison, I have just one question. And feel free to take as much time as you feel you need to answer it. What could my mother's granddaughter do that would make you hit her?
Nobody told you to do what you did. You had the foresight and the stones to put down a bad actor. Not a damn thing wrong with that. Don't be like my father. My father, he knew early on that the mere threat of a spanking would keep my sister on the straight and narrow. She grew up to be a law-abiding, respectable member of society. Me, Daddy knew I was a bad seed. Beatings, spankings, bribing, begging, tough love, sweet love, patience, impatience. Nothing worked with me. Frankly, he should have strangled me in my crib and avoided all the pain and agony I caused him.
But what if I make a mistake and go too far?
So?
So, one thing, not every man who beats his wife ends up killing her.
Not every dick that stuffs a pussy comes. Look, innocent people get killed every day in the name of religion, politics, business. That's acceptable. Then it's more than all right to kill the not so goddamn innocent.
Touche, mon conseiller, touche.
See, the kind of bad seed I am has limits. I never met a person who I didn't imagine, if just for but a moment, what it would be like to kill him. Just something I do automatically. You are one of two exceptions. I never thought about killing you. In all the years I've known you, even when you made me mad. 'Cause you had the balls to do something I could never do. And I respect you for it. And I've told you that many times over the years. So you see, I have limits.
Thank you.
Now you can't trust that other people have limits. The lion left alone will always kill the sheep. Now, my grandson was, and I am, evil to the core. I kill for money, for business. He beat women. And even though what he did was worse than the things I've done, only death will keep either of us from doing what we do. By the way, I thought Kevin, the Grim Reaper, liked to slice and stab motherfuckers, just like I taught him. When do you start strangling bitches?
I do not want blood all over my floor or my sofa.
Makes sense. Now, Richmond, I mean this in a good way. Get the fuck out so I can watch my cartoons and enjoy my cigarettes.
Well, I know who you are. You may not be the baddest motherfucker in the valley, but number one will never mess with you. I will miss you when you die.
Well, if I go to heaven, I'm gonna have a shot of bourbon and a cigarette with God. If I go to hell, I'm gonna turn the devil over and fuck him in his ass like he's a $2 hoe. Either way, I'm gonna have a good goddamn time.
Yeah.
Now, Richmond, remember this. If she come to you anytime soon, apologizing, talking about she understands you did what you had to do, beware. Don't trust it. It might be a trap so she can kill you or have you killed.
I've been crying, but my real tears have been for you. And I'm sorry for what I said and how I behaved. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. I didn't mean all those ugly things. I understand you love me, and I love you for that. But all I know is loving me is more my responsibility than yours. And I will. I definitely will.
And I should believe you because?
I collected on a $500,000 life insurance policy. And against the wishes of his family, I had him cremated. Then I flushed his ashes down the toilet. And I dumped everything he owned in the trash. I've given $100,000 to the one and only charity you give money to. Domestic violence shelters. In grandmother's name. And I've been seeing a therapist for the last 9 months. What I mean is, you'll never have to worry about me and a man. But if you must worry, worry about the man.
In other words?
In other words, I'll never be someone's punching bag or toilet tissue.
Then all is right with the world. And the universe is back in balance.